An attack on a security compound in northwest Pakistan has killed several paramilitary officers, with the Afghan-based Pakistan Taliban (TTP) claiming responsibility. An armed group rammed a vehicle filled with explosives into the Bajar district camp's gate on Thursday and then launched a gun battle, security sources said. It was the latest in a string of deadly incidents in the border region that threatened the fragile ceasefire between Islamabad and Kabul.
Cristiano Ronaldo is 41, but Portugal coach Roberto Martinez said age is only a number and that his captain is judged on current form and by the same standards as everyone else. Ronaldo could play in a sixth World Cup, with this year's tournament in North America set to begin in less than a month. A staggering possibility even for a player who has twisted football's record books into new shapes.
The Philippines has pledged to cooperate with a request from the International Criminal Court, ICC, to detain a prominent politician who evaded arrest earlier this week as he fled the Senate building, despite efforts by the army to arrest him and reports of gunfire. Justice Secretary Frederick Vida said on Friday that Manila had received the court's arrest warrant for Senator Ronald Barto Dela Rosa, the country's former national police chief, and considers it valid.
United States President Donald Trump left China on Friday following a two-day summit with Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping. While Washington touts wins in terms of bilateral trade agreements, Beijing has warned the US against overstepping on the issue of Taiwan and stated that the US-Israel war on Iran should have never started. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer's administration is embroiled in turmoil amid a calamitous local election result for the Labour Party last week. Starmer, who has been dogged by controversy over the appointment of Jeffrey Epstein associate Peter Mandelson as the UK's ambassador to Washington, as well as frustrations with slow-moving domestic policy changes, has so far refused calls to resign.
Want to make money? Start building data centers, or build batteries to power data centers, or pivot to defense. This is not financial advice, but it's certainly what seems to be winning over public markets and private investors lately. Ford's nascent energy storage business, a fraction in size to Tesla's and won't be ready until next year, helped its stock jump more than it has in years. Redwood Materials raised $425 million from blue-chip companies like Google and Nvidia by pivoting to data center energy storage. Cerebra's just pulled off one of the hottest IPOs of 2026. AI video generation startup Runway doesn't have the typical Silicon Valley pedigree. No Stanford founders, no ex-Google founders, no nine-figure seed round that bought them time to ignore revenue. It's three founders, two from Chile, one from Greece, met at NYU's Tisch School of the Arts and built the company in New York. Runway also could be, depending on who you ask, one of the most consequential AI companies today. Not because of what it has built, but because of what it is trying to build next.
Notorious drug dealer Anmol, aka Pinky, has made explosive claims during an ongoing investigation in Karachi, alleging that her narcotics network supplied cocaine to hundreds of clients, including from the investigation industries. According to investigation sources, the accused told investigators that the network had around 750, 800 clients, including 100 to 8 basis, who were supplied drugs, 50 regular canons, who were supplied on a consistent basis.
The Punjab government has exempted shops, markets, shopping malls, hotels, restaurants and food outlets across the province from prescribed closure timings until June 1, 2026. According to a notification issued by the Services and General Administration Department, S&GAD, the decision was taken in continuation of an earlier notification issued on April 6, 2026.
Lahore Electric Supply Company, LESCO, has uncovered a new method of electricity theft involving the use of remote control devices to manipulate power meters. According to a statement issued by LESCO's spokesperson, the operation was carried out on the directions of Chief Executive Engineer Mohammad Ramzan Butt as part of the company's ongoing crackdown on power theft.
France manager Didier Deschamps has named a star-studded 26-man squad for this summer's World Cup, with Kylian Mbappe and reigning Ballon d'Or winner Ousmane Dembélé leading an exciting attacking lineup. Mbappe, who has scored 56 goals for France, sits second on the country's all-time scoring list, just behind Olivier Giroud, who has 57.
Pakistan national football team captain Abdullah Iqbal has added another major trophy to his career after Mjällby AIF defeated Hammarby IF 2-1 to win the 2026 Svenska Cupen Swedish Cup. The final was played at Strawberry Arena in Solna, where Mjällby secured their first ever title win. The match was watched by 39,903 spectators, breaking an 82-year-old attendance record for a Svenska Cupen final. With the victory, Mjällby also became the 20th club to lift the trophy.
The International Cricket Council, ICC, on Friday fined Pakistan 40% of their match fee and docked them 8 points in the ongoing World Test Championship, WTC, for maintaining a slow over rate during the first test against Bangladesh. In a press release, the ICC said, Pakistan have been fined 40 PC of their match fee and penalised 8 points in the ongoing WTC 2025-27 cycle after being ruled 8 overs short of the target once time allowances were taken into account.
Health officials have raised the alarm over an outbreak of the Ebola virus in a remote region of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC. The Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CC, the continent's top public health body, said on Friday that it has recorded in 46 suspected Ebola cases and 65 deaths in the Ituri province in the northeast of the country.
Former Manchester United and England football star David Beckham has become Britain's first billionaire sportsman. According to the 2026 Sunday Times Rich List, Beckham and his wife Victoria's collective wealth reached an estimated £1.185 billion, 1.583 bn, this year, the Rich List compilers said. Islamabad, Pakistan. A two-day meeting of BRICS foreign ministers in New Delhi ended on Friday without a common position on the war on Iran, with the bloc's outcome document acknowledging only that differing views remained among members. It was the second consecutive BRICS gathering in India to fail to produce a consensus on the conflict involving the United States and Israel.
Belgium have included striker Romelu Lukaku in their squad for the World Cup, even though he has played only an hour of competitive football this season. Lukaku, who turned 33 on Wednesday, has not started for Napoli this season, making 7 substitute appearances and netting a goal at Verona in February, and has been in Belgium for the last 2 months rehabilitating after a hamstring injury. As AI models increasingly become commoditized, startups are racing to build the software layer that sits on top of them. One interesting entrant into this space is Osaurus, an open-source, Apple-only LLM server that lets users move between different local AI models, either locally or in the cloud, while keeping their files and tools all on their own hardware. Osaurus evolved out of the idea for a desktop AI companion, Dinoki, which Osaurus co-founder Terence Pehel described as a sort of AI-powered Clippy. Dinoki's customers had asked him why they should buy the app if they still had to pay for tokens, the usage units AI companies charge for processing prompts and generating responses.
Iridian Ventures was born out of a shared experience, deferred MBAs. Now, founders Devon Gethers and Carlton Haney have raised a $35 million fund to back pre-seed and seed stage companies started by people like them. Gethers, 29, told TechCrunch the idea for a firm arose after he met Haney in Harvard's MBA deferred admission program in 2020. MG Pakistan is expected to expand its electric vehicle lineup in Pakistan with the upcoming launch of the MG4 EV Urban, while unofficial prices and specifications of the vehicle have already started circulating on social media. Multiple automotive pages and online accounts have claimed that the MG4 EV Urban may arrive with a 43 kWh battery pack, offering a WLTP driving range of 316 kilometers.
A 22-year-old patient allegedly underwent a second surgery after doctors left surgical forceps inside his chest during an open-heart operation at a cardiology institute in Faisalabad. According to reports, Saklain, a resident of Toba Tek Singh, was receiving treatment for a hole in the heart when cardiologist Dr. Zaigam Rasool performed surgery on April 4th. Allama Iqbal Open University, AIOU, in Islamabad has announced a 3-month face-to-face Russian language course for beginners. According to the announcement, the next session will begin on June 2026. The course will be held at the Russian Language and Culture Center, Allama Iqbal Open University, Academic Complex, H8, Islamabad.
Tiny Canadian startup says it has built a personalised hearing device for just $20. And its bold claim is shaking up a $10 billion industry dominated by products that can cost thousands. A short video posted by Founders Inc. on X this week showcased a team that reinvented the hearing aid by studying the human ear, contrasting a typical $4,700 hearing aid with their $20 device.
AMD is expanding support for Fidelity FX Super Resolution 4 more than a year after it limited the upscaling technology to Radeon RX 9000 series GPUs based on the EDNA 4 architecture. AMD Computing and Graphics Senior Vice President Jack Huyn announced that FSR4 support will begin rolling out to older GPUs in July. The first phase will cover RDNA 3 and RDNA 3.5 graphics hardware. Islamabad. Federal Minister for Communications Abdul Alim Khan on Friday blamed provincial governments for delays in the completion of various highway projects. Presiding over a National Highway Authority (NHA) review meeting, the minister issued a decisive of critical infrastructure, signalling a shift toward federal intervention where provincial commitments have faltered.
Sydney court has doubled the discrimination payout for an Australian trans woman who was kicked off a female-only app. It comes almost 2 years after Roxanne Tickle successfully sued Sol Grover, founder of the Giggle for Girls app, for blocking her account on the grounds of gender identity.
US President Donald Trump left Beijing after a 2-day summit saying he had struck fantastic trade deals, great for both countries, but few details have emerged on what the two superpowers agreed. Trump arrived for a high-stakes summit with Chinese leader Xi Jinping on Wednesday, accompanied by several CEOs, a high-profile business delegation spanning agriculture, aviation, electric vehicles and artificial intelligence, AI, chips.
Indian ride-hailing company Rapido said on Friday it had raised $240 million in fresh funding at a $3 billion valuation to compete better in the country's growing but challenging mobility market. Led by Prosus, the equity round saw participation from existing investors, including Westbridge Capital and Accel. The round was part of a larger $730 million primary and secondary financing. Rapido was previously valued at $2. $3 billion during a secondary transaction last year.
Derbyshire head of cricket Mickey Arthur has expressed disappointment over Pakistan spinner Sufyan Mukim missing the opening half of the upcoming Vitality Blast 2026 campaign. In a statement issued by Derbyshire, Arthur said Sufyan's unavailability forced the county side to reconsider the balance of its squad ahead of the new season. Grand Theft Auto 6 fans are again waiting for official news after reports claimed that the game's pre-orders may go live next week. The latest rumor started after a Best Buy affiliate email reportedly listed a GTA 6 pre-order campaign running from May 18 to May 21. The claim began spreading online after content creator Frogboys1 Gaming appeared to receive the email during a YouTube live stream, IGN reported through Game Informer.